News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Amy Morris. And there's your closing bell for this Friday on Wall Street, where hopes for a diplomatic breakthrough to end the war in Iran extended a slide in oil prices while lifting stocks. The S&P 500 extended this week's advance, and Elon Musk's space company soared after a record-breaking IPO. And we'll get into all of that just ahead. But first, we want to hit those closing numbers for you. We do it for you each day here at Bloomberg. The S&P 500 gained 37 points. NASDAQ gained 79 points. The Dow gained 353 points. The 10-year Treasury yield at 4.47%. The 2-year yield at 4.08%. SpaceX has made history with the biggest ever IPO after opening at $150 per share, 11% above its offering price. The listing values SpaceX at roughly $2 trillion, with CEO Elon Musk's own fortune now standing at more than $1 trillion. Christian Garrett is managing partner of 137 Ventures.
It gives a company the ability to focus long-term, and I think that's really the mindset that you need to look at this. It actually brings stability to the company, which is what you want when you're investing in something that's going after a multi-generational opportunity.
Before trading began, Musk addressed those gathered at NASDAQ market site via live stream.
There are always problems on Earth. There are always problems on Earth. There are always things that we wish to be better, that we want to solve here on Earth, and we should solve them. But there also have to be things that get you excited about the future.
SpaceX shares closed more than 19% higher at $161 per share. The U.S. and Iran seem to be inching closer to an interim peace agreement to reopen the Strait of Hormuz and help end a war that has damaged the global economy and caused chaos in the Middle East. During a press call earlier today, U.S. officials said there is an 80 to 85% chance that a deal will be signed, and Iran Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi posted on social media that a deal has, quote, never been closer. Bloomberg's Abir Abu Omar has some of the deal's terms.
Iran is saying that the negotiations for a final ceasefire or the final deal are not going to go through until the unblocking of half of the $24 billion in frozen assets goes through. And so President Trump has opposed that in the past. Iran hawks in Washington have opposed that in the past, adding pressure on President Trump. We're also seeing the lifting of the oil sanctions, yet another thing that Washington is opposed to. So this whole deal seems to be playing very much into Iran's favor.
Officials tell Bloomberg News a deal could be signed on the sidelines of the G7 summit in France next week, maybe as early as this Sunday in Geneva, if both sides agree. Energy Secretary Chris Wright says more oil is flowing out of the Persian Gulf as well as other routes, reducing the negotiating power of Iran and bringing a deal even closer.
They've thought they have this great leverage over the United States of America. Of course, it isn't really leverage over us. It's leverage over the world economy. But they're losing that leverage right now. They are rapidly and will continue to lose that leverage. So you would think that their urgency to do a deal is rising, and it is rising.
Energy Secretary Chris Wright spoke with Bloomberg's Anne-Marie Hordern at the Bloomberg Energy Security Executive Briefing in Houston. You can hear more of that interview with Secretary Wright on the Bloomberg Talks podcast. Scaffolding is up at the Kennedy Center after a federal judge today rejected a bid by the Kennedy Center's board and the Justice Department to halt the removal of President Trump's name from the venue. Last month, the judge ordered the name to be removed from the building by the end of today. The board and DOJ appealed yesterday, but the judge today turned them down. That's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Amy Morris, and this is Bloomberg.